Welcome to 2 out of 3 Recommend. I'm Lee.
And I'm Brett.
We're two brothers out of 3 getting together to chat.
And recommend drinks, movies, shows, and things to keep you busy.
Welcome to another episode of 2 out of 3 Recommend. We are 2 out of 3 brothers recommending stuff for life. Hello, Brett.
Hello, Lee.
How are you?
I'm good, and how are you?
Good, thank you. I have a drink.
You have a box
For us.
to recommend. What is happening?
I saw this in our good friend Dan's. It says mandatory box tails. I don't know what the mandatory is, but maybe the mandatory is the brand.
Maybe mandatory means you have to drink it all.
Mandatory Spirit Co.
God.
All right.
That sounds a bit aggressive.
So it is, for our Australians, Cocktail Goon.
Cocktail Goon.
So
God.
because it's an experience, I'm opening it live on air. You could open the box, find the tap. And then after this, we'll peg it to the clothesline. All right. So there's the tap of Goon. We've got our glass of... I've never had Goon.
Really?
I've never poured from a Goon box. This is passion fruit gin and juice.
It looks like piss. It looks like somebody who doesn't drink enough water.
What do you reckon Passiona looks like out of the can, though? Really?
It looks more yellow.
Less orangey.
Yeah.
Okay, so I can smell the passion fruit.
What's in it?
Passion fruit gin and juice is what the box says.
So
the ingredients
So it's gin and passion fruit juice.
Water, mandatory Spirit Co. gin, passion fruit juice, orange juice, erythritol. That doesn't look good. Sucrose, natural flavors, natural colors, potassium sorbate, and something that looks like it's redacted.
What? Oh, yeah.
So,
cocaine.
if this is our last episode, listeners,
it smells like it should be redacted.
please sue the Mandatory Spirit Co. for whatever they have redacted out of the ingredients. Okay?
Wow.
The mandatory box tails, gin and juice in a box. 16 standard drinks in this box.
Oh, God.
Cheers.
Cheers.
That didn't clink.
We missed.
Yeah. It tastes like fruit cup cordial, but with a tang on it.
But no sugar. Oh.
Yeah.
It tastes like camp cordial.
It is 99% sugar-free.
It tastes like when somebody makes me a cordial with a bit in it, but I'm used to making cordial with like half.
A lot in it. Yeah. I'm okay with that. I don't know why. I definitely shouldn't have, but I expected it to be fizzy. Yeah. It's in a box.
No,
Lee.
it's in a box.
It's not going to be fizzy. I'm okay with it. And environmentally friendly. Bag-in-box packaging generates 8 times less carbon footprint compared to glass.
Oh, that's nice, isn't it?
Okay, so that's why I bought a box. Not because it was on special at Dan's.
Special. Alrighty. We also have a snack, as per usual.
Okay.
This week, it's barbecue Pringles.
Now, these I've seen on the shelf at the Woolies and the other supermarkets.
So what it should taste like is a shish kebab,
Yep.
a chip,
Yep.
and what I am going to assume is barbecue sauce on the top there.
Okay. Any greens on there?
In the shish kebab, there's like capsicum,
okay.
tomato, red onion.
It's vegan, though.
That's it. Oh, is it?
And have a look, listeners, viewers, how far down the Pringles
Don't
start.
get me started.
All right. Let's see.
Yep. They're better than barbecue chips.
Well, there's more initial hit of barbecue sauce flavour than there is in your barbecue chip.
Yep, good.
Individually,
No sour cream and onion Pringle.
Well, I'm going to say individually they've gone above sour cream and onion for me, but
if you say original,
I couldn't eat a tube of them.
I could easily eat a tube.
Yeah, but you're a barbecue fan.
Yeah.
I'm not. Not a fan, but not a fan like you. Yeah?
You just like them. You're not a fan. You don't
Hang
stan
on.
barbecue Pringles.
I'm not a barbecue stan.
Yeah.
Okay?
Were you a stan of anything new that you watched this week, Lee?
I was a okay. I'm going to start with going back to something that I used to be a stan of.
Is it The Good Place?
No.
Okay.
But thank you for
You
getting
still are a good place.
Thank you for getting the mandatory reference
Thank
of
you. Thank you.
The Good Place into an Two Brothers episode.
Good.
I talked last week about the new Frasier that you had talked about the week before.
Yes.
And I had said that the studio audience was a bit much and that kind of multi-camera sitcom is done.
Yep.
So I wanted to be fair to the new Frasier. So I went back on Paramount and watched Frasier 1.1.1.
Okay.
Okay? Not Frasier 1.1.2.0. You know, Frasier 2.0, 1.1.
Okay, yes.
I went back to Frasier 1.1, not Cheers.
You went back, you watched the first episode of the original series of Frasier.
Series.
Yes, okay, good.
Because there's not a lot of depth in episode 2.0, 1.1. Okay?
Yes.
So I went
Even
back.
though you didn't watch the end of it.
Yeah, but if there's not depth in 21 minutes, there's not going to be depth by 22.
You never know.
No, then no.
There wasn't. But.
We meet Frasier already established in his show. Like, he doesn't land in Seattle. He does put in there that he has just arrived back in Seattle. I think overall, the writing is better in the old Frasier.
Yeah.
Which I don't think is like, oh, yeah, it's obvious.
Yeah.
I just think it's better. I feel like if you're a good writer, Disney's going to snap you up. And the rest of the entertainment world gets the second level of writer.
Okay.
Because, like, Disney's Disney, right?
Yeah, but there's more writing than Disney.
Yeah, but I feel like the top writers, Disney gets them.
No, I don't think that's true.
But the writing in the original Frasier was better, certainly in that episode. There was much more chemistry between all of the characters.
Yeah.
Which there wasn't, which I realised there wasn't in the reboot. Mm-hmm. So I feel like they might have rushed some casting in the reboot.
Okay.
Like, I remember it came out quite late that David Hyde Pierce was not going to be in it.
Okay.
So then it was like,
Yeah.
well, we need a Niles placeholder.
Yeah.
And so we just got some kid in off the street. Whereas I feel with the series original, there was more development, which allowed for more chemistry to be built up between them.
Yes. Okay.
The studio audience also seems more real.
They probably were.
And there was some seriousness in there. Mm-hmm. Like, there's a disagreement between Martin and Frasier, and they have an actual dramatic moment together, which wasn't in 2.0, 1.1.
Okay.
Okay? But they...
There was a little bit of it.
Yeah, not to the same level.
Okay.
I feel also like maybe the guy who played Martin Crane's a better actor than the guy who plays Freddie.
Okay, yeah, well, that's true.
But one thing that I realised that they did in 2.0, 1.1 was he said, I left Boston in his first episode of the original, in his first radio show that we see.
Yes.
He says, I realised I was in Boston just hanging around the same bar every night.
Okay.
Which is the exact line that he says
Yeah.
in 2.0.
It's still cheesy.
Yeah. And the first time he says, back in Seattle, he says, go Seahawks, after which he does in the reboot episode 1 as well.
Right.
So that's, while it was obviously fan service, it is a callback to the first episode
Uh-huh.
of the original, which I thought
Yeah.
was a little bit cleverer than just putting it in there.
Yep. All right.
So I do recommend
Are you going to watch
the original
Frasier
Frasier. I'll have it on there.
now? Okay.
You know, in between episodes of The Good Place.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Good. That is the last sitcom we're talking about today. I shouldn't make that. I shouldn't make promises.
Well,
we
it's
can't keep.
the last one we've planned to talk about.
Yeah.
They come up.
Of course they do.
What have you watched?
I watched a documentary.
Oh, what a surprise. On something to do with the movies?
Yeah. Yeah. So I watched a documentary called David Holmes, The Boy Who Lived,
Oh.
which is about Daniel Radcliffe's stunt double for the Harry Potter movies,
Yeah.
who had his accident and is a paraplegic.
I've heard very good things.
It is very good.
I will cry.
You will bawl your eyes out. It's very good.
What do we think of the title?
I like the title.
Okay.
What's wrong with the title?
Well,
It's a Harry
no,
Potter reference.
that makes sense. Yeah. It's not in poor taste. I'm going to retract
Because he
my
didn't.
question
Because
about
he
it.
didn't die.
Yeah, I know.
But yeah, it's very good. And it gives a lot of you see some behind the scenes stuntman thing.
Yep.
And you see a bit of him as a kid before he got into it. And yeah, so it's interesting to see that kind of behind the scenes stuff. Stunt people
Mad.
do not get enough credit.
Nope.
Give them more awards, is what I'm saying.
You want a Best Stunt Person Oscar.
I want a Best Stunt Coordination Oscar.
Okay.
Then your Marvel movies will win more awards. Then apparently that's it's all it takes to get people interested.
Could we, when we join the Academy,
Yeah.
after the success of Tutoring Cinema, we will make one.
I want a Best Stunt Coordination Oscar.
Yep.
And I want a Best, animated performance.
Performance by a voice actor.
Yeah.
Can I recommend we go back to Best Original Song not being in the credits? It has to be in the
Yes.
movie.
Yeah.
Okay, Academy, are you listening?
Yeah. And can we also go back to this is so off topic. Can we also go back to films being able to be nominated for multiple songs in the same thing?
Okay.
You know what I mean? Because they changed the rules. At one point, you could have up to 3. Then they changed the rules after Dreamgirls, or maybe Enchanted, and then you could have 2.
Do you need more than 2?
But if you did,
What
there'd
if
be
you
2
wrote
or-
a musical?
There'd be 2 or 3. Well, good on you. If you wrote 3 songs that are better than the songs that anybody else wrote, good on you.
Okay.
Then there's only 2. Could you imagine this year? It'll be 5 movies from Barbie,
Yeah, okay.
and they're all good. So then you don't have to choose between Billie Eilish and the Ken song. Both can be in there. Anyway, rant over. It's very good. It gets quite confronting post-accident.
Yeah, well, it's dealing some heavy shit.
And it's good to see, they're still friends. They still got, their buddies and stuff. And the stunt manager guy, oh God, it's quite brutal. But yeah, it's very good. People should watch it.
There was a bit before this documentary came out, a bit of people are Daniel Radcliffe's just hanging around with him because it looks good for him. And then every other person in the cast, from Maggie Smith down,
Yeah.
was no, fucking hang on.
Yeah.
They're actually friends.
Yeah.
Daniel Radcliffe is actually a great bloke.
Yeah. Which is surprising. He could have gone, child star.
Oh, he could have gone,
He's in a full
the
Lindsay
full
Lohan.
Macaulay Culkin.
Yeah.
Yeah, either one. I watched something the other day with Rory Culkin in it the other day.
There's a Rory Culkin.
Yeah. That'll maybe come up later,
Okay.
if I remember what it's in.
Yeah. And then I was surprised it wasn't a bigger story at the time.
Yeah, because it was huge.
Like, if you think it could have been like Alec Baldwin level, maybe if he died, it would have been. You know what I mean? Everybody knows that Alec Baldwin shot someone.
But, yeah, everybody was talking about everything Harry Potter.
Yeah. So that's why I was surprised. I'm like, it was the biggest movie in the world. And it was the start of the last one or something.
Yeah, like it was while they were still filming a lot of other stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, yeah, it's very good.
Okay.
I recommend it, highly recommend.
I will add it to the list.
You'll cry so much.
Of course I will. I finished a novel today and I cried.
Oh, God. Stop reading the Bible.
It's not going to make me cry. There's nothing happy in there. Old Testament.
Old Testament.
It's happy stuff.
Exodus is happy? No, I don't know.
No. Which one's Exodus? The first one?
When they get out.
No, Exodus isn't
Mass
Exodus. Noah?
Isn't
Genesis
Exodus
is Adam and Eve.
Moses?
Isn't Exodus Noah?
I thought it was Moses.
Should we look it up?
Because they exodus out of Egypt.
Noah in the Bible is Genesis.
Genesis is Adam and Eve.
And Noah, apparently.
Oh, God.
So, Exodus, main events. I should not be Googling this about the Bible. The 10 plagues, the Passover, the parting of the Red Sea.
Yeah,
the fearsome majesty of God's presence at Mount Sinai, the giving of the 10 Commandments, the building of the tabernacle.
AKA
Moses. Okay. So
Good.
that's Moses' book. Noah steals a bit of the glory from Adam and Eve in Genesis.
Selfish.
Okay.
And for some reason, he didn't take unicorns with him.
Speaking of the Bible, I watched The Pope's Exorcist.
Oh, God. I was
Okay.
like, where are you going with this?
He does not say the power of Christ compels you.
Okay, good.
All right. But it has a very Exorcist vibe. Like, I think he did that thing of like, can we get the free version of the font that they used for The Exorcist?
Okay.
You know how I used to do different fonts for our cocktail?
Yep.
And sometimes you'd go, that one really is giving the impression of Star Wars, but no, George Lucas can't sue me.
Yes.
That's what I feel like they did for the titles of The Pope's Exorcist.
Okay.
It is, for those that don't know, the one that stars Russell Crowe as the official top dog exorcist for the Pope, who is based on a real character. Even though the Pope is just the Pope,
Okay.
is not John Paul II.
Okay.
Because this is in not early times, but the past. I'm going to say 80s.
Okay. So
Maybe 90s.
Okay.
Okay. So what happens is that
Does he have a little sidecar? So the Pope drives around in the Pope mobile, and then his exorcist is like a little sidecar, like two fat ladies.
he has a white Vespa,
Oh, fuck off.
which he just tools around in everywhere from Rome to Spain, where the
fuck off.
majority is set, in his black robes and everything, just like flying along behind him on the, not like a cape, but like, you know, blowing in
Like
the
Robin.
wind. Yeah. On his little white Vespa, which seems to be essential for life in Italy. So it's centered and based on the real files of this real guy. Mm-hmm. All right, the Pope's exorcist.
Yeah.
And what happens is Father Gabriel Amort is the Pope's exorcist. All right, that's how you say it. And that's who Russell Crowe plays. And he goes down to Spain, where an American family has moved into an old abbey that was left to the woman by the dead husband. Right?
All right. Yeah.
And then the boy gets possessed.
Okay.
And then the Pope calls in Rusty and says, "Oi, this shit's serious. This abbey's given us some problems before, I can remember in the records. You need to go and do this. Not the local priest can't do this exorcism.
Okay.
You need to go."
Yep.
And then there's this whole thing. There's mention of the Spanish Inquisition. There's a couple of comments on religiosity and faith, and a little bit of a scapegoat for the Catholic Church regarding the Spanish Inquisition, but I'm not going to say much more than that.
Okay.
It's good. The horror is good. Russell Crowe, even his Italian accent is good.
Interesting.
His Italian accent is more really Italian than his Greek accent in Thor.
Okay, well, that's good.
Okay, because his Greek accent is more like the Main Street of Oakley
What about his
kind of accent.
Oh, okay. What
But
about
like-
his French accent in like? No, didn't even try. it.
No.
No.
That's his French accent.
That's his French accent.
Not growly enough. Russell Crowe is good.
That's sorry.
That was close. That was close. He is good. Rusty can act, and he does act in this movie.
Does he also then have a young companion that is there?
Yes.
Really?
Yes. The local priest.
Does the kid who's possessed?
No crucifixion, masturbatory crucifixion.
Okay.
Okay, whatever term you came
head
up with.
spinning, spewing,
No
swearing.
head spinning. The priest spews or Rusty spews, one of them. The bed shakes, but less convincingly than in the 1978 Exorcist, which is interesting.
I had a friend who I believe watched it. Was that him that talked about it? Yeah.
Yep.
He thought it was terrible.
I thought it was good.
What would you give it out of 10?
Don't have to watch it, but it's watchable out of 10.
6.1?
I'd probably give it a 7.
Okay.
I quite liked it.
It's got a 6.1 from 74,000 reviews on IMDb.
That's all right. Well, mine make it a 6.15.
There you go. 7, better than expected. That's what someone's review says.
Yeah, that's actually fair. One thing that I didn't like, I don't know if I should say this because it's a bit of a spoiler. At the end...
Oh,
No,
at the end, when Russell Crowe dies,
No, they do this thing, right? It's not a spoiler that the exorcism is successful. Okay. Otherwise, why make a fucking movie about a failed exorcism?
Well,
Yep.
then you get a sequel.
Well, this is how I think they're trying to make a sequel.
Oh no.
Is he has this little moment with his little priesty offsider. They go to the Vatican and they're in the Vatican library, and this other bishop, I think, or cardinal, is showing them a map of other places where really powerful demons are.
Yeah.
And it's like, oh, there's this place, and there's this place, and there's this place. How about you take on this project?
Oh no.
And then Russell Crowe turns to his offsider and says, Father, whatever your name is, do you feel like going here? And the other father's like, yeah, let's go, Rusty. I'm like...
And they drive off on their Vespers to Born to be Wild.
I said to Shane, are they like starting like a, James Bond style multi-movie franchise out of the Pope's Exorcist? I would not be surprised if this one did okay at the box office.
Probably didn't.
Well, its budget was 18 million, so that's not huge.
No,
so
that's
it could
not
have
big.
converted well.
17 million of that was...
Box office 77 million, so not huge.
Yeah.
So I wouldn't be surprised if they try and squeeze another movie out of it.
Yeah, they probably will. Maybe Rusty made him do that because he doesn't have much work.
He doesn't have a franchise, Rusty.
He was not in Thor, like you just mentioned.
No, he doesn't have a franchise. Like, that's Chris Hemsworth's franchise. Russell Crowe has a cameo in Thor: Love and Thunder,
Okay, yeah.
where he plays Zeus with a terrible accent.
Yeah,
That's Chris
true.
Hemsworth franchise. Russell Crowe doesn't have a franchise.
Okay.
Like Hugh Jackman has Wolverine.
Yeah.
You know
I
what
know,
I mean?
I understand what a franchise is.
Yeah. Nicole Kidman
just thinking.
now has the Australian movie made into a series.
Yes, she does.
So that's been my religious experience recently.
Okay, remind me when we're off air about I made a very funny joke the other day when I was in a church.
Okay.
Remind me.
You didn't get
Why were you
struck
in a
down,
church?
so it can't be that bad.
It wasn't a real church.
Oh, okay. Wasn't a real church. All right, they're the two things I've watched.
Okay.
Anything else you've watched?
I've been watching a new competition reality show on Netflix.
Not Dessert Wars or Whatever Poe's hosting.
No, that's
Okay.
not Poe. That's racist. It's the one that they kicked
Poe's
off
moved on to
MasterChef.
MasterChef. Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
I didn't watch them, so I don't know.
Anyway, Squid Game, the challenge.
The one where the contestants are suing the production company for being injured on the show.
Well, you knew what you signed up for. Come on.
Did you watch the original? You're not dead.
Can't believe who got injured.
I don't know. They probably twisted a freaking ankle.
I haven't finished it. Did they push that old lady down the stairs?
I hope so. I haven't watched it, so I don't know what old lady.
So it is a competition reality show based off Squid Game.
Yes.
So 456 fucking arrogant American. Wait,
Oh,
420
54.
arrogant Americans and some random other people, like British people and Australian people.
Oh, some tokens.
Yeah.
Yep.
And then some just nice American people. There's about 5 of them.
In America.
Yes. Yeah. They're all on this show. They, and they do they do challenge and then they do the other challenge. And I tell you what, it had I was like, this seems so overproduced.
Yep.
But it's bloody good. You still
Really?
just don't know. It's like,
Does
oh
it
my God,
have-
I can't believe that happened.
Does it
Still just that.
have... obviously it doesn't have the personal story vibe of the Squid Game series.
Well, it doesn't because it's an American reality show. Everybody has a struggle.
Okay, everybody has a story.
Yeah. So one guy they speak to at the start of the first episode, it had me hooked when he said, I think I'll always be competitive because Jesus was always competitive. So I have to be competitive.
Jesus was not competitive.
Well, yeah. God chose him to be there. It was, he's one of those Americans. Everybody has a story. I'm doing this for my wife. I'm doing this for my kids. I had a struggle. I'm here with my mum.
I was stuck in lockdown. The original Squid Game series saved my life.
Yeah, I'm Korean.
Yeah.
Um,
I really identify with the guy with the circle on his face.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. But no, it is good. It's very addictive. Like binge-tastic.
Is it brutal?
A little bit. Because
Okay.
I can't remember if in the Squid Game.
They all die.
Yeah, I know that. But they had to eliminate other people in the Squid Game?
It wasn't like voting like Survivor. You had to vote other people. In the Korean series.
Yeah.
It wasn't like that.
Okay.
But there was, within the story of the characters, it was like people made connections and then there was
Yes.
a moment in a challenge where
Yep.
it was like me or you.
Yep.
That stuff happened.
So in this, there's a couple of things where it's like you now have to choose 2 people to eliminate in front of everyone.
Oh, yeah. It wasn't like that in the Squid Game series.
It makes it so good, though.
It was just be like, there's 4 of you standing there.
Yeah,
Someone's going to have to jump
Yes.
off this cliff first.
Well, I think that'll happen towards the end.
Yeah.
But I'm only up to episode maybe 5.
Okay.
And there's more being released today.
Oh, they're releasing it like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it's because if it was released in, say, 10 episode thing, you would watch it all in one sitting.
Yeah, but then you just put an ad for the mole on the end and then you just watch the mole.
It's so much better than The Mole.
Yeah, but once you're hooked and binging,
Yes, yeah.
that's the idea.
Go straight into the trailer. Yep.
Yeah,
I know. Yeah. But it's good, and there's people on there. And one chick, I was like, God, she looks so familiar. That's so random.
Oh, she was one of the actors who was also in the mole.
Nah, she was on Survivor.
Oh, right.
And I was like, oh, it's Figgy. Her name's Figgy. Yes.
Speaking of,
She was from the, I'm trying to think which series it was. Was it when it was the old versus the young, and she was on the young? Or was she on the no collar tribe?
I
I
don't know.
think she was in the youngins.
Speaking of reality, something for previously curious millennials, Big Brother Uncut's back.
Oh, I heard an ad for that the other day. When did I hear an ad for that?
So, are we running a sweep?
Because I was watching ER, and it's on 7 Plus,
Yeah.
so it has ads.
I thought
And I
the
was
was on 9.
No, well, it was originally, but now it's
Yeah.
on 7
Oh,
Plus.
okay.
Yeah, right. And the only ads during the 7 Plus were either for Big Brother Uncut
Yep.
or Sexyland.
Oh, okay. So they think horny millennials are watching ER.
Yep.
Okay. Well,
I mean,
yeah. George Clooney. Yeah. Are we going to take bets on when the first turkey slap happens on Big Brother Uncut now that it's back?
I mean, if they're doing a proper reboot, somebody
They're
has
doing
to
a
get
proper.
kicked out.
Where's hot dogs?
Because aren't
Like-
they making it basically just like Love Island? Big Brother?
Well, I
it's
think
not,
so.
It's not Big Brother anymore.
No, well, when they rebooted Big Brother 7, it basically became Survivor in a house.
Yeah.
Like every week there were challenges. So I think they...
Just bring back the Friday night games, mate.
Oh, hosted by Fitzy. Fitzy's still around.
Yeah, Fitzy could still do it.
He
Maybe
could
he's
still
too
host
expensive
it.
now.
Mike Goldman is still out there doing voiceover work.
Yeah. You know who you could get to host it?
Who?
Reggie.
Oh, Reggie.
Imagine her hosting it. How's it going, everybody?
She's done some radio stuff.
Chrissy Swan is still around
Too
as well.
expensive.
Yeah.
Way too. She's
Yeah.
more expensive than Fitzy, I reckon. Chrissy Swan.
Whatever happened to Sarah Marie?
With the bum dance.
Yeah.
If you're not Australian and listening to this, sorry about that whole segment.
If you are Australian and don't know this, how'd you find us?
If you're an Australian millennial and don't know this, you were living under a rock. Or you're like my friend who didn't have a TV until she was 19.
Next minute, people will be saying they don't know who Rove is. I mean,
What?
who are our listeners?
The guy that is occasionally a guest on the project.
Yeah, well, it's his show, isn't it?
True, he does own it. Anyway, Big Brother Uncut is back for those that are interested.
Okay.
Would you like me to make a Christmas recommendation or talk about something that relates to something you talked about last week?
6 of 1. Pringles logo or no Pringles logo? I'll flip the lid.
Okay.
Pringles logo. You were meant to make a choice.
Oh, okay. I forgot how that
something
worked.
related. Something related.
Okay.
That was dumb.
Well, it was dumb because I forgot how coin tosses work. I started playing The Sims, but
Guys, sorry, we have to go. Thank you. We'll listen next week. Yeah. Yes.
because I don't have, like you said, 4 hours to spare in my day, I'm playing it on the mobile. And I have one qualm straight off the bat.
Okay.
Right? And it's not that there's ads.
Oh, there's ads?
Well, if you get your player to do something, you know how in the real Sims you can kind of fast forward it?
The Sims mobile or the Sims free play?
The Sims free play.
Okay.
So you know how in computer Sims you can fast forward when they do stuff?
Yes.
You can speed time up.
Yeah. Like when
If
they were
you-
at work, you just...
If you want to do that in the Sims free play, you play an ad. So it's
okay.
that kind of thing, which is okay.
Yeah.
It means that, a 7-hour guitar practice only takes 30 seconds.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
That's a smart way to do it, actually.
Yes. So I got that, and I've been checking in bits and pieces. My one issue off the bat is that my Sims come home from work fully green.
Oh.
I'm like,
That's not realistic.
now what do I do?
That is so unrealistic.
I know.
Because when I come home from work, I'm a little bit tired, I'm a little bit hungry, I need to pee, and I could do with a little bit of fun.
Yeah, like a cupcake. You can give people a cupcake. Can you
Aw.
do that in that? In the real Sims?
You can go to the fridge
So
and cook a cake.
I had to earn, the other thing I had to do is I had to earn the level to be able to cook.
What?
So for the first day I was just eating
Sounds crap.
leftovers out of the fridge.
Well,
I don't know what
You
leftovers I had.
Can you order a pizza?
No.
Oh.
I
You really need to get the proper game.
have expanded the town. I've built the firefighting place, fire station.
Are you
Let's call
Are
it
you
that.
playing The Sims? Are you playing Sim City?
No, but you build the whole town.
Oh, nah.
So
I just want to get a sim, get them to good level, and then get bored with them and kill them.
it looks good. Sorry to anyone that can hear the music in the background. Still looks like The Sims.
Oh yeah.
Probably can't show it on the YouTube
Ew.
for copyright reasons. So this bloke's just walking around now. Oh, he's making a movie. He's practicing filmmaking so I can get him a job as a filmmaker.
Oh, that's different.
I've built the town hall, I've built the fire station, and I've built the art studio. So I've got 2 firefighters in my town, a secretary who wants to become a politician, a finger painter, and a photographer.
Do you have a school?
No, They're all adults.
Oh.
Although I have bought the blackboard so someone can practice teaching in their lounge room, which is weird. It's good fun. It gives that little hit of Sims without being the fully invested Sims.
Okay.
But like when my people get home fully green, there's nothing to do.
That's when you make them play chess or you make them read a book.
Well, they're reading books or watching documentaries because I don't want them to watch reality TV.
Oh, well.
2 of them are having a movie marathon at the moment because I'm just like, I have to do my work. You can't watch movies for 8 hours. So The Sims free play on mobile device is what I'm playing. I like it. It's a good bit of fun.
Great.
Yeah. It's like Sims Lite.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
Anything else worth mentioning?
Nah.
All right. This week
I did a good deed.
Oh, yeah?
You know what I've been very good at this week?
What have you been
the
very
last
good
couple of weeks in the city? Giving people directions.
Oh, yeah?
Because tourists.
Do they want them or are you just offering people
No, just tell them where to go.
directions?
Yeah.
It's like, hey, you want to get to Flinders Street? Go up this way.
I was just around work and they're like, excuse me, sir. I'm like, oh, okay.
Oh, sir, yeah.
Good. How do I get to Burke Street Mall? I'm like, oh,
Okay.
give me a challenge. I'm like, you just go down there, turn left. You won't miss it. Okay, great. And then she's like, honey, the man said it's this way. I'm like, thank you. So
Well
I've been very
done.
good at giving people directions. I almost did an unprovoked one. As in, like, these people were standing with their
looking
phone.
touristy. Yeah.
And I'm like, do you need help? And I was like, nah, my hands are full. I've got to get back to work.
Oh, of course.
So semi-good deed, not a great deed. Just
Thought
a
about
good
a good deed.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's all. I don't have a good deed this week.
Okay.
Last week I mowed Dad's lawn.
Yeah, we
That's
know.
getting me done for 2
That was
weeks.
the same as your last good deed.
Well, it's still good. They're still on holidays.
Yeah.
Okay?
Good.
So that's my good deed.
Do you have a
have
movie to
nothing
recommend?
else. I do have a movie to recommend. We are watching, for the start of the Christmas month on Two Drink Cinema, we are watching Elf
Okay.
for the 20th anniversary
Yeah.
of the shamelessly Will Ferrell vehicle that is Elf.
I have never seen Elf.
Neither.
And I have heard that it's good, but that's from people who like Will Ferrell. So we'll see how we go.
There are also memes that have come up from Elf, so it will
Yes.
be good to associate those scenes with those memes. Mm-hmm. We'll see how we go with Elf, but if you want to head over to watch our review of Elf, that'll be out on Friday.
Yeah.
For To Drink Cinema, as well as a top 5 something
Yeah.
that will come out on this feed next Monday related to the movie Elf and or Will Ferrell.
It will.
Thanks for listening to another episode of 2 out of 3 Recommend. If you've got anything you would like our recommendations on / advice, but I'm calling them recommendations because of the name of the podcast.
Because branding, yeah.
Then get in touch with us on the socials at 2 out of 3 Brothers. The links for those also are in the show notes. Hit subscribe, like and subscribe, and comment if you're watching on the YouTube. Tell your friends. And thanks for listening. Thank you, Brett.
Thanks, Lee. Thanks for listening to 2 out of 3 Recommend. We would like to acknowledge the traditional owners of the land on which this podcast was produced and pay our respects to elders past and present.
If you'd like to support the podcast and become a member, gaining early access to episodes and an exclusive episode each month, sign up as a member using the link in the show notes.
If there's something you'd like to recommend to us, get in touch on the socials or in our Facebook group.
Make sure you subscribe to the podcast on your podcast app or on YouTube. Leave us a rating and review and tell your friends.